Welcome to Foundation Step 4, the lesson on trauma reenactment. And similar to stress reactivity, which is not cool, don't like feeling stressed out, because stress is the root of everything. It triggers our physical ailments, our mental health, and how we work with and be with our stress reactivity and bring this awareness to create a response is the life transformation healing from my trauma. And I hope those who have experienced trauma and are going through trauma, you are brave, you are strong, you are so strong. And so I hope you relate. And so in this stress reactivity state, this heightened state, it triggers the thoughts, the same emotional feelings, and certain behaviors from my past trauma. And this is that feedback loop where we're sending signals up and down, up and down. That vagus nerve is going down here, making our gut all tied up. But what happens is, in this unaware, conditioned state, when the stress reactivity triggers into this, hey, I'm reliving my trauma in moments where I am safe, but I'm feeling unsafe. Because everything pours in, the snowball effect of the thoughts feeds my body. And unconsciously, I'm doing the same thing over and over. And when I was drinking, this was similar. I would drink, do these behaviors, end up not in good places, and over and over. And it was this cycle that I just reenacted. And yeah, and this was unawareness. And I don't know the exact numbers, but neuroscientists say something about 70, 80, 90,000 thoughts a day, and 80 to 90% of them are the same ones we have every day, similar. And so it's like, wow, we're really in this unconscious reenactment mode of probably not the best life circumstances on how we view life through the reenactment of the trauma, my hypervigilance, wanting to not see anyone get harmed, wanted to save the world after the attack, want everything. But what this does, it just continues to re-traumatize myself, make those neural pathways that we talked about earlier stronger, keep me stuck, and break down my overall well-being. And so we bring in our practice with the awareness of becoming aware of our stress reactivity, to be cool to ourselves, and how stress affects our mind, body, and the outflow of energy. And we start bringing awareness so we don't reenact bad situations or traumatic situations, that we can move on through eventually with the courage, the vulnerability, and our bravery. And you are brave. I know it. You know it. And so I hope you enjoyed the read on this section. And it's a brief reflection, just one question. I'm going to leave it at that, similar to the one from the stress reactivity. And if things get overwhelming as things come up, remember, we sit with ourselves non-judgmentally and with kindness. And if it gets overwhelming, you open up your eyes, you go for a walk, you come back, ask yourself that question later, and maybe we journal so we can share and start releasing. And so, thank you so much. I'll leave you with the reflection question. See you next lesson. Connecting with an anchor, bringing the awareness to an anchor. maybe the breath right now. Breath is a good way that lets us know we're off center. Reflecting. Am I aware of some of my trauma reenactments, certain situations I continue to get into, certain relationships, people, places, and things that relate to trauma in the past? And then just taking a moment to come back to your breath and thanking yourself. Thanking yourself for taking the courage to reflect on this. Be cool to yourself. Thank you so much.